Welcome back to the Mateo Lupis Experience. It's been a while, but I wanted to talk about a topic that, ooh boy, a lot of people be struggling with. I've struggled with it in my own life plenty of times, and that's pornography. I was first exposed to pornography. I was probably like 6th, 7th grade. I got to school early with a friend, and then I was sitting with another friend who had all these other friends that I didn't really know. And this guy, before school, he went on like Pornhub and he showed me like a clip. It wasn't even a clip, no, it was like a thumbnail. And he was like, look what I found on my phone. And I was like, oh, that's what that is. All right. That was my first exposure. And I don't know, later on in life, I kind of would go to those sites myself and be like all young men, pretty much. Lose myself in that kind of addiction. Dude, I've lost myself so many fucking times to porn. There's been times where I even realized like, hey, this is bad for me, and you still go back to it. So believe me when I give you guys some tips and tricks that help you guys stay off porn, that it works. I've been without porn for I don't really know how long at this point, and life's certainly better for sure. 100%. I feel better. I'm not gonna talk about like, oh, you get more attraction from girls and all that shit. Like, I just feel better without it, and that's kind of why I do it. I'm not gonna talk about that, the bro science, why I do this. I don't give a fuck. I know you guys don't give a fuck, because I'm here to help you guys stay off porn. There's some tips and tricks. The number one thing you gotta realize about porn addiction is that it just comes from lust and your sexual urges, and that will never go away. That will never go away unless you have like super low testosterone and it's just tanked, or various other hormonal imbalances. But usually you're probably a fucking normal male, or even if you have low testosterone, you'll still feel some fucking sexual urges. So you're always gonna feel it. It's like going for a run or doing anything hard. It's always gonna be that part of your mind. This little voice that says, hey, let's take it easy today. Let's not go so hard. Let's sleep in a little bit this morning. We don't have to wake up that early. You know, we worked hard yesterday. We can take a little bit of time off today. There's always going to be that voice for whatever you do in life. There's going to be that voice whenever you have to do something hard, and there's going to be a part of it that's going to be like, oh, what if I don't? That's always going to be there. But what also is always there is how you respond to that voice. And further on, how you react to it. Do you react badly to it? Do you give yourself excuses and then listen to it? Or do you respond in a better way? Do you respond like, okay, I don't care? Do you respond with I don't give a fuck what you think, and you fight it back with a larger, hopefully stronger, louder piece of a voice inside your head? I've had that before. Yeah, I remember there was a time in the gym when I was doing this like super slow chest exercise, super slow on the way down. I don't know if that's eccentric or decentric. I just call it the way down. And a part of me really wanted to stop because it was hurting, but like in a gym way. I wasn't gonna like tear my muscle. And I was like my second, third set, it was hurting, and I was like, you know what? I don't care. Fuck it. I don't care. Fuck whatever that feeling is. And you always want to be able to respond to something like that. You will always feel sexual lust. You will always feel this thing. But being able to respond to it in a better way than other people will help you stay clear of relapsing or falling down to your sexual desires 100% of the time. It's always going to be there. Even when you're 60, you're going to feel it. So, still, what do you do? The number one thing is we want to prevent rather than apply a Band-Aid. We'll go back to some tips and tricks to stop like feeling your urges whenever you're really, really about it. Like, go watch porn, and then you have like a brief second in your mind, it's like, hey, maybe we should do something else like right now. Before all of that, keeping yourself busy is the number one thing. The majority of the time when people fall to porn or any kind of addiction, you can replace porn with something else, but I'm gonna talk about porn for this video. The majority of the time, it's when you don't have something to do. The majority of the time, it's like, oh, you know, if I come back from school, I don't have anything to do today. Maybe I'll think about this for a while. The majority of the time, it's even like, oh, it's at 12 p.m. on a Saturday, and you're bored, and you're in your room, and you're like, might as fucking well, I don't have anything else better to do. When you don't have something to do, and you're not keeping yourself busy, that's usually when these kind of things slip in. What is that quote? It's like, what is it called? It was like, a busy mind keeps away from like the devil's work or whatever. Hold on. A busy mind keeps away the devil's work. An idle mind is the devil's workshop. Yes, being bored can be very, very good, but usually you have some thoughts like, oh, maybe I should just go rub one out right now. Maybe I should go yoink my shit. Maybe I should do some other kind of word that I can't think about. I don't even want to think about right now. Damn, I said. Anyway, an idle mind is the devil's work. Keep yourself busy will prevent the majority of your lustful feelings. But what about when you haven't done that? What about when it's 12 p.m. on a Saturday and you know you shouldn't, but you kind of wanna? Well, you know that, you don't want to do this thing. You know you shouldn't. There's a part of you that wants to, and you know that's not the part of you that you should listen to. What do you do in that circumstance? The majority of people, they say, oh, go do some push-ups. That shit never worked for me, yo. I never even want to do push-ups. I do push-ups. Fuck no. P-O-R. You know how it goes. People say, oh, go journal about this feeling. Like that never really worked for me either. Because when you're in that kind of mindset, like, oh, you really want to rub one out or something, you're not really going to go do something difficult. And that works sometimes. I think it does work sometimes. I remember a time when I journal instead of going to masturbate in my room, and it worked. But I think that happened like once or twice in my entire fucking life. I don't want to give you guys some kind of shitty technique that happens once or twice in your entire life. I want to give you something that you can use, worst case scenario, that fucking works. And for me, it was doing something easy. Now that's gonna sound like some big mind-changing thing, but I promise you, hear me out. You're already in this kind of mood where you want to kind of do something that's easy. And you shouldn't. Because you're the kind of guy that wants to do something hard, you want to push yourself, you want to be ambitious, you want to act. All right, do something that is easy, but it's going to change the way it's going to change your entire headspace, and you're not going to want to look at porn. Put a song on. Put a fucking song on. Go to Spotify or go to Apple Music if you're some goblin, creature even, and put a song on, and I guarantee when you hit shuffle, when you hit play, when you have this kind of song comes on, it's gonna move you in a different headspace. It's always done that for me. Music has always put me in a different headspace. It could be some chill lo-fi shit and I'm thinking about, it's this whole different mood going on. Songs, they're like musical moods to me. And if I put some heavy shit to listen to in the gym, I'm not gonna really want to masturbate anymore. I'm gonna be like, oh, fuck yeah. I don't want to go fucking hurt somebody. Or if I'm listening to some really inspirational shit, I'll think about all the times I listen to it with my friends and all the great dreams I have whenever I think of this song, and all the quiet times I would have that I would be thinking about my future and my dreams and my goals. And then now I'm not even thinking about porn anymore. Now I'm thinking about, I'm in an entirely different headspace at the moment. I'm in a different mood, a different vibe altogether. It's like you're trying to race off of a bridge in a Ferrari, and then you stop and you get in like a Volkswagen. Different mood. You can't really race in some shitty little fucking Volkswagen. It's a different mood, different vibe, different headspace, and that's why I say play a song. I can literally remember a time when I had really wanted to watch porn. This happened actually quite recently. I say quite recently, like the past 1-2 months. And I hadn't watched porn in a while. And I really wanted to. That's part of my mind that was like, hey, you're not doing anything right now. Maybe you should go do this. And I was like, no, I caught myself and I went to Spotify. I went to my liked playlist, which has a fucking amalgamation of stuff. Like, I always thought my liked playlist was gonna be like a few songs that I really fuck with, and I just keep hitting like on a bunch of random songs, so it could have played anything. but it played The Last Stand by Sabaton. And I remember I was hitting a leg day to that song and had some crazy fucking PR with my friend. And I was like, fuck that. Fuck that. I got this shit playing in the ear. Fuck that, bro. I'm about to do some crazy shit with my life. Fuck that. Entirely different headspace. I'm not even thinking about porn anymore. I'm thinking about like using my kind of like energy to go fucking like, I don't know, destroy my legs or do something like some crazy project or goal. Like, I'm not even thinking about that shit anymore. Try that up. I think that's an amazing trick. The whole point is to get yourself in a different headspace. When you're in a headspace where you want to masturbate and you're feeling very lustful, understand that that's just an urge. That's something that you just feel right now. But if you change it, you're feeling something else. It's like feeling angry one moment and then you step on a whoopee cushion. It's like, oh, haha, funny. Are you really in the angry headspace? No, you're kind of laughing now. What if you're really angry and you listen to some, not even some calm music, but just some like what if you listen to a song that you had to listen to since you were a kid? It brings that nostalgia back. It brings that memories. You remember exactly where you were when you listened to the song and you remember why you liked it. Maybe you don't know why you liked it, but now you're thinking about it. I bet as I was talking about that one song that feels very nostalgic for you, you weren't even thinking about being angry or being horny. You were thinking about being nostalgic, being that little kid again. How the fuck are you gonna go masturbate when you thought about being a little kid, bro? You gotta make that little man happy. You gotta show that little kid that he's gonna have a fantastic future. And now I bet your dick's soft as fuck right now. Even if it's still hard, you're just gonna go do something better with it. And you're gonna go work and do something better. You're gonna do this or that, you're gonna do something difficult now. You're gonna feel lust throughout your life, but the way you respond to it, the way you can prevent it, or the way you respond whenever it's really about to grip you, that changes everything, man. That's the thing. That's the thing. That's the way. The way you stop pornography addiction isn't by counting the days of this major streak that you're on. It's realizing that you don't want it in the first place. And when you forget that you don't want it, remind yourself why you don't want it. Get in a different headspace and then boom, it'll click again. I don't want that shit. Because I know if you're watching this video, especially if you got in this far in, you want something better out of life. You want something way fucking better out of life than 6 seconds of pleasure. Fuck that. And you know you do. You know fuck porn, but you know better. And yet we still fall. But I hope with this video that when there's times when you feel like falling down a step, you manage to catch yourself, switch the headspace, and get back to climbing up those set of stairs. I mean, know how it is. This isn't blanket coverage. This might not help you at all, actually. So for some people, actually another great tip, actually for some people, just turn off your phone and go outside. It's a little harder to do, but usually by the time you're outside going for a walk, you're not really thinking about porn anymore. You might a little bit, but it'll subside. That's a fantastic thing to do too, but for some people journaling will help. For some people doing 5 push-ups will help and get them completely off. But for me, getting in a different headspace entirely, putting some music on, I fucking love listening to music. That was the shit. That has always been the shit. And whenever I want to fall and I play a song, usually I'm like, fuck porn. I don't really think there was a time when I listened to a song and then I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it anyway. Maybe once or twice. But honestly, I can't really think about that. All I really think about is the times when I listen to songs that I really used to fuck with heavy, like all the kind of nostalgic shit and the loud shit and the inspirational music. And I would just be like, I don't even want to do this anymore. That was effective for me. It helps me a lot. Honestly, give it a shot, give it a try. I hope it helps you out. It might not. I hope that it does, but I'm in this video here. It's gone on fucking long enough. This was supposed to be like 6 minutes. I've nearly doubled the fucking video because I just keep yapping, bro. I cannot stop yapping whenever I make videos. It's kind of funny though. I'm in this video here, but that those who never do should not. No, I used to say that a lot, but I have a better quote now. I write it to myself every night, and I low-key fuck with it heavy. And that's that with hard work, dreams do come true. With hard work, dreams do come true. I'll say it again because for the people in the back who maybe didn't hear it the first time. I'm in this video here. Hope you have a good one. Peace.